Hey there, in today's video we're going to go over some tips to increase your mining efficiency in Vail VR. We're going to split this video into two sections. We have beginner and advanced tips, so feel free to skip the basics if you're already confident on the mining mechanic. Starting with the basics, we're going to talk about ore locations. You can find the current location of the ore by looking for this symbol. There are currently over 14 different spawn locations for ore, and there can only be one mining site at a time. In order to mine, you're going to need a pickaxe. You can grab them at spawn on the left side of the platform, or if you forget to grab one, there are some scattered around the map near the mining sites. When you swing with your pickaxe, make sure you're using two hands. I find it works best by keeping your non-dominant hand somewhat still, and using your dominant hand for swinging. Also, don't swing too hard or too fast. Swinging too hard sometimes causes the collision to not register. A light tap is really all you need to actually hit the ore. Do not try swinging with one hand or using two pickaxes at once. The weight is too difficult to control efficiently, and will only make mining more difficult. As you hit the ore, you can see weak spots that look like glowing cracks. The weak spots appear after you hit the ore for the first time, so make sure you're hitting these spots as it breaks the ore twice as fast. Sometimes these weak spots can get glitched into a place you cannot hit. If that happens, your best thing to do is to just hit the ore normally. If you're playing with another player, you can get them to hit the ore and hope for a better weak spot spawn. Wassies are non-player enemies that spawn when you start hitting the ore. You will know they have spawned when you start hearing these quacking noises. They deal 20 damage per hit, so all it takes is 5 hits to kill you. Be careful, because when there's enough of them, you can get trapped and die pretty quickly. Every time you kill a Wassie, it will respawn pretty quickly, so focus more on destroying the ore rather than taking out the Wassies. There are 3 rarity types of ore: blue, which grants 10 ore per pickup, pink, which grants 25, and green, which grants 100. Once you've mined your ore, you have to collect it. Each ore cluster drops 3 pieces of ore. To collect it, you grab it with the grip button, then pull the trigger. A lot of people don't know this, but the ore on the ground is actually client-sided. This means that everyone gets their own set of ore on their own screen, making it impossible to steal others' ore. So don't worry about not leaving enough for the other people. This last part is extremely important. To actually earn the ore you have collected, you need to refine it. This is done by placing it in the smelter found at spawn. Unfortunately, you will have to wait for it to smelt before you can actually collect it. You can see how much ore you have on your person by looking at the wrist of your non-dominant hand. If you leave that lobby or close the game, any ore that is on your person will be gone. If it's in the smelter, however, you're safe to leave. Moving on to the advanced tips. Now, you would be surprised how many people don't know this, but there's actually a back slot in-game. I recommend placing the pickaxe in your back slot and keeping the front slot open for a weapon. Speaking of weapons, make sure you're armed. You can find weapon crates all across the map. When a weapon is taken, it will eventually spawn back, but some spawns are more consistent than others. The APC-9 Pro, found in the back left corner, is very consistent, as well as the silenced pistol and the Scar H. Some guns are better for taking out players, like the APC-9 Pro, while others are better for taking out Wassies, like the Scar H. Typically, you would use SMGs and shotguns on players, and pistols or DMRs on Wassies. Remember, when killing Wassies, aim for the head, as that guarantees an instant kill. Also, switching to semi-auto by clicking in on the thumbstick can help conserve ammo. You can also kill Wassies as well as other players with the pickaxe, but the knife is a better choice, as swinging the pickaxe can be a little awkward. If you throw your knife and miss, the pickaxe is a good backup if you do not have a gun. My next tip is to listen for audio cues. In this clip, for example, I hear gunfire and bullet impacts around me. Knowing that a player is now trying to kill us, I'm able to react in time to save myself and my team. Next, we're going to talk about mobility. When moving around, only have your knife out, as it makes you move faster. The jump pad at spawn is a great way to get to ore when you first spawn in. We hit that, let's go. And there are various shortcuts around the map, as you can see from the footage. The more you play, the better you will understand the map, and come up with your own ways of mobilizing. My next tip is to go for the higher rarity ore first. When you first start mining, you will have a grace period before any Wassies begin to spawn. Because this ore takes more hits to break, you should utilize that grace period to get this ore broken before Wassies begin spawning. When you're solo mining, sometimes it is best to train the Wassies instead of killing them, then make runs past the ore to hit them. This makes the Wassies easier to track and you are less likely to be cut off or snuck up on. Simply run in a circle like I show on screen here to avoid being hit. Next tip is to prioritize mining over killing Wassies. Wassies continue to spawn until the ore is broken, and once all the ore is destroyed, the Wassies will all drop dead after 5 seconds. It's all about efficiency. If you spend too much time killing Wassies, you're wasting time you could have spent on mining. Sometimes Wassies will get glitched in place and not be able to move. Do not kill these Wassies. Killing them will only result in another Wassie spawning that will not be stuck. If you own Vail Combat, I would recommend collecting some ore and placing it in the smelter before hopping into Quick Play or Artifact, as the ore will continue to smelt while you're playing. You can also safely leave ore in the smelter overnight and collect it the next time you play. Do remember though that ore can burn, so don't leave it in the smelter for too long. Otherwise, you risk losing that ore you spent so long collecting. My final tip is cooperation. Having other people mine with you, or protect you from wassies, makes everything go faster. There's actually a Vail mining Discord community, which was shared by the official Vail Discord server. Here you can meet up with other people looking to mine. I will leave a link in the description if you're interested in joining. Just remember what I said earlier, you can kill people with the pickaxe, so be careful not to hit your teammates while mining.
No harm. Yeah, not yet.